One of your students stopped coming to school? Is what I, Makoto Kijo, the president of student council, learned from the student council advisor, teacher Kagari. For me, whose goal is to create a better school, this is a grave situation. It will need to be dealt with urgently.
That's right. She's in the class I'm in charge of, but she hasn't come to school for 2 weeks.
Could you tell me the name of that student?
Miho Ikaruga, the younger sister of our vice president, Reiko Ikaruga.
Oh, her. Miho Ikaruga has been a hot topic since she first entered school. She wears a mask to school because her face is too ugly. We made an exception because her family insisted. But truth be told, I'm not convinced. Above all, I couldn't understand how she could be the younger sister of Reiko Ikaruga, who was said to be the prettiest girl in our school. Miss Reiko Ikaruga has a good figure that rivals that of idols and models, and she's a normal beauty. If they're related, they're likely to look similar. At the very least, I don't believe she'd be so hideous that she'd need to hide her face. I simply cannot accept it.
Oh, Kagari-sensei, is something the matter?
Ikaruga-san.
Perfect timing. It would be faster to ask her directly. Ikaruga-san, I know it's sudden, but can I ask you something?
Yes, what is it? I'll answer any question the president asks.
Yes, thank you. Of course, you know of Miho Ikaruga's absence, correct?
Oh, you mean Miho. It's a problem, isn't it? Her not wanting to go to school.
Many students are aware that going to school is important for their future. If she chooses not to come despite knowing that, I think there's a good reason. It's not like Miho-san is irresponsible, correct?
Yes, she was a quiet child, but very serious as well.
That means there must be a reason she doesn't want to come to school. Moreover, she's troubled. I believe I asked you treat her with care.
I've been caring for her, but one day she decided she didn't want to go to school, and I honestly don't know why.
If we think about it normally, we have to consider the possibility of bullying. Wearing a mask like that makes it hard for everyone to get close to her. A person with a rotten personality would see her as easy prey.
Then, would it be better for me to confirm whether or not there was bullying?
No, there's no need for that. Even if it was bullying, it would be easily covered up now that the victim is not at school.
Then, what should we do?
Allow me to speak with Miho-san directly. It's faster that way.
But what? There's no need for you, the president, to go out of your way. If that's the case, then I will ask my sister.
What are you panicking about? Is there an issue if I make contact with Miho-san?
No, but... See? She's a very shy person, so I'd say she's not good at talking to other people. As her older sister, I believe it would be better if I talked to her.
I see. Alright, then we will finish up everything here. So can you go home now and ask Miho-san about the situation?
But that would be burdening the other officers.
Absence and bullying should not be allowed. There's an urgent matter that needs to be solved. If you have any objections, let's hear them.
No, I have no intention of going against the president. I'll just hurry home and ask her.
After saying that, she hurriedly left the student council room.
You were quite cold to her today. Did something happen?
No, I just had some thoughts.
Had some thoughts. That's the girl that is fond of you, right?
There are some points that I don't understand.
Huh? What?
Many people may have an impression that Ikaruga-san is a good girl based on how she presents herself. But if that's the case, then why is she and the rest of her family denying her sister's appearance?
What do you mean? I don't think she is suppressing her appearance. They have her wear the mask for her sake to protect her little sister's face from being ridiculed by everyone.
You're ugly, so wear a mask. That's basically what the Ikaruga family is saying to Miho-san, you know? Doesn't this imply that Miho's appearance is being suppressed by the family? If I were family, I would never do that. Furthermore, it's easy to imagine that if you put on a mask, you'll be avoided by those around you. Having said that, they still make her wear a mask, claiming it's for her own protection, which makes no sense to me. Above all, she doesn't appear to be concerned that her sister is being bullied, which doesn't sit right with me. There are many other things that are bothering me as well. There's also something I'd like to ask you, Kagari-sensei.
Huh? What?
If this is a case of bullying, the children in your class would be the number one suspects. Was anything off?
Don't glare at me like that. No one tried to get close to her, but no one was openly bullying her either.
I'm not glaring at you. I was just born with this unpleasant look. Anyways, you're saying she's not getting bullied?
Well, there is a possibility that this isn't a case of bullying.
That's true, but it's always better to prepare for the worst case. If we overlook it, we won't be able to solve it.
Well, that's true. For now, I guess I'll just have to wait for Ikaruga-san's report.
No, I have something I'd like you to do.
What? Are you planning to make unreasonable demands again?
Please don't make it sound like I'm always making unreasonable demands. If anything, aren't you the one who's always making requests?
Oops, tee.
Acting innocent won't help you. Anyways, your task,
I see you don't trust Ikaruga-san at all, huh?
she stated after hearing the favor I asked of her. Make of that what you will. However, as I said earlier, I act while assuming the worst case.
Still, this is...
Well, for now, it will depend on Ikaruga-san's answer.
Oh, remind me to stay on your good side.
As long as the students don't get hurt, you won't have to worry about me becoming your enemy.
Agreed. For now, I'll leave Ikaruga-san to you then.
The day after we had such a conversation,
I spoke with Miho, and she does not appear to have been bullied. From now on, I will try to persuade my sister to attend school. And if she does, I will try to visit her class as much as possible.
I see. Well, thank you for confirming properly. Then for the time being, I will leave the rest to you. I apologize for the hassle.
No, it's all for the sake of the president and my sister, so please don't worry about it.
Saying that, Ikaruga-san took a seat. After confirming that Ikaruga-san wasn't looking at me, I turned my gaze to Kagari-sensei. It seems we may need to proceed assuming the worst-case scenario after all. After school...
What happened to the president? He said he had some urgent business to take care of and left early.
Is that so? How rare.
It couldn't be, right? As such, he said that he will leave the instructions to the vice president today.
Oh, I see. He must have been in a real hurry to issue such an order. I must be overthinking. He's a very responsible man. He must have been quite busy if he had to go in that manner. Well, I'm sure he wouldn't bother dealing with such a creepy girl, so I shouldn't be too concerned.
Well then, let's all work hard today on behalf of the president, who is always hard at work. Yes!
The officers gave me an honest and cheerful reply. They're very obedient, so it's easy for me too. This is all thanks to me playing the role of a student that everyone admires.
Now then, I better do my best so I can be praised by the president.
Are you sure she won't be suspicious?
What is it all of a sudden?
Because there has never been a time when you have left unexpectedly. Even if you couldn't show up at the student council due to some business, you would always give the officers instructions on what to do, right? Yet you just left them like that. She might sense you're plotting something.
Actually, I didn't give any instructions so as not to raise suspicion.
What do you mean?
I've known Ikaruga-san for more than 2 years now. She knows me like I know her. I think she would conclude that I was simply in a hurry.
Why is that?
That's because she's the type of person who judges people based on their past performance. She knows I wouldn't leave my work like that unless it was really urgent. As such, if I did, she would assume just that.
But if that's the case, wouldn't she figure out the urgent matter may be about her little sister? She is aware from yesterday's exchange with you that you're trying to get this resolved as quickly as possible, right?
It's a difference in awareness. Right now, she believes I trust her. Considering her past achievements in the student council, it's only natural. So in this morning's exchange, she must have thought that I believed her report and that I had withdrawn. And there's another reason. If she looks down on her little sister, she wouldn't think I'd do anything for her. It's common for people to not see the value in the person they're demeaning. For those 2 reasons, I highly doubt she knows.
You... Just how far ahead were you thinking?
We're here. Her parents are away at work, correct?
Yes. I told Mio-san over the phone that I'm going to visit today, so she should be home.
Let's get going then.
Yes?
When I rang the intercom, a masked girl came out. She must be Miho. Hello, Miho-san.
Council President? Huh? Why are you here?
Sorry to surprise you. I came here because I wanted to speak to you.
I'm sorry for taking a break from school.
Well, on top of being an aristocratic student council president, he looks scary. I don't blame you for being scared.
Teacher, please, hush. Miho-san, I'm not here to scold you.
Really?
Is there some reason why you can't come to school anymore? I came here because I wanted to ask you that. If there's something troubling you, I'd like you to let me know. I'll do my best to be your strength as much as possible.
For now, please, come in.
She seems to be an understanding child. We were guided straight to Miho's room. And so, I see. Someone has been hiding your shoes and textbooks and scribbling on your notebooks.
Yes.
Then it's bullying, isn't it? Do you have any idea who it could be?
No, it's always done before I notice.
That's pretty bad.
But why didn't you tell your sister about it? Yesterday, your sister asked if you were being bullied, right?
I haven't heard anything from my sister.
What?
We don't really talk.
I see. Could it be that you don't get along with your family? This is a silent affirmation.
Does this mean it's just as you imagined? But what can we do about this?
Since this is a family matter, it will be difficult for us to do something about it.
But this is...
What's important is Miho's will. Miho-san, would you like to exchange contact information with me?
Contact?
If you have any problems, feel free to ask me. Let's exchange it for that.
Okay.
I exchanged contact information with Miho, and after that, she showed me the graffitied notebook.
I wonder, is there something we could do about her family matter?
If we poke our noses into family matters improperly, we will lose.
But it's just not right. I'm sure Miho-san is being treated badly at home too.
That's pretty much your imagination, and not what Miho-san said. By the way, did you remember to give your class homework today?
You're being kind of cold today. You should really care more about Miho-san.
It's impossible to get involved in Miho-san's family affairs any further, unless Miho-san herself wants to do something about it. I'm saying that if you act without evidence, you'll lose. Don't you understand?
No, I understand.
Then please, change your thinking. What needs to be resolved now is the bullying problem.
Yes, I gave out the homework, but what does that have anything to do with this?
You'll find out tomorrow.
Huh?
The next day, after school,
Then Ikaruga-san was like,
So funny. That girl really is creepy, huh? I'm so glad she stopped coming to school.
excuse me, can I have a word with you two?
Student Council President and Teacher Kagaki? Is something wrong?
You guys are responsible for this, right?
Whatever do you mean? We have no idea what you're talking about, right?
Yeah, I have no clue. I've never seen that before.
The handwriting on your papers that were submitted today matches what is written in this notebook. Will you continue to deny knowing anything?
What are you saying? You can't blame us with such a weak proof.
Yeah, that's right. Someone could have limited our handwriting for all you know.
Is that so? There were a couple of students who claimed to have seen you guys doing it. Still deny it? After coming to school, Miho spends most of her time at her desk and then goes home as soon as she's finished, so there aren't many chances to play this kind of prank on her. It would be impossible to do it in a classroom with no one watching, which means everyone just pretended not to see it. If so, it's not impossible to find out, so long as they're not threatened to keep their mouths shut, that is.
I'm sorry, we didn't.
But we're not the only ones. There are many who have done it too.
I'm sure. For now, can you tell me more about it in the multi-purpose room? Ikaruga-san is in the student council room, so I decided to talk about it elsewhere, It's not unusual for others to join in on this type of bullying. Since I had found a clue, I had no intention of quitting until I was able to find every culprit. After I found all of the people who bullied her and punished them,
Thank you very much for everything.
Miho started coming to school again. It seems she understood that she's safe to come to school, at least while I'm here. Of course, I made everyone apologize to Miho and suspended them from school. However, it had an unexpected outcome.
Is the president here?
In this way, Miho-san came to visit my classroom frequently.
President! I would like to talk to you for a moment.
When we'd meet in the hallway like this, she started to follow me. It looks like she's attached to me. Well, I don't mind it. Or rather, I thought it was very cute. I can't see her face, but she has a cute personality. So when I'm with her, I feel warm. It's probably about time, huh? With that in mind, I decided to put into action the plan I'd been thinking about for a while. Miho-san, why don't you take off your mask? Isn't it difficult to eat? Eating lunch on the rooftop with Miho-san has become the norm these days, so I decided to push a little. The reason why my tone is different than usual is because I try to use gentle words as much as possible, so as not to frighten her.
I was taken in by my current parents when I was young, and they told me I should never take off my mask in public because I'm ugly. I've been wearing a mask since I was little, so I'm afraid to take it off in public.
I see. But I think people who judge others by their appearance are stupid. I don't think you should have to worry too much about your appearance.
You don't mind?
Of course not. I've been thinking about this for a while. Are you being mistreated at home?
I'm not their real daughter, so it seems they hate me. I'm always left alone at home, and I'm forced to do all the housework.
So that's it. To be honest, I don't know the real reason why her parents are forcing her to wear a mask. However, I could imagine that she wasn't raised normally. Because that was our assumption, we needed to hear Miho's side of the story. I feel relieved that I was able to build a relationship that allowed her to talk to me about her family situation. Could you tell me a little more about it? Now that we've been together, I know Miho is a very good girl. That's why I wanted to help her. I asked Miho about her family circumstances. And after listening to her feelings as well, I gave her a plan. You never know when an opportunity will come. But when that time comes, I'll be ready.
Miho,
Yes, sis? A few days after my discussion with the president, my sister suddenly came into my room. She's in a bad mood. She's probably gonna scold me again.
what do you think you're doing sticking to the president lately? Don't get carried away. Stop approaching the president.
Why would you say that?
Because an ugly girl like you being by his side reduces his worth. He deserves someone like me. No one needs a masked girl like you. Also, I want you to leave the house as soon as you graduate from high school. After all, Mother and them are making you wear that mask because they don't want to see your ugly face.
Is what you said yesterday, it seems. So after hearing the recording, do you have anything to say for yourself? Miho-san, who was insulted by her sister, brought me the recording data. I had just finished replaying all of Ikaruga-san's insulting remarks towards Miho-san.
This is some kind of mistake. That's not me. Miho must be trying to frame me out of jealousy.
Ikaruga-san, no. Reiko Ikaruga, don't take me for a fool. I knew from your casual remarks that you looked down on your little sister and treated her badly. I was just waiting to get my hands on that proof.
How could you choose her over me, who has been with you for over 2 years and has worked hard for the past year? You're going to believe her when you don't even know what she looks like.
I'm grateful for all that you've done so far, and I appreciate it. However, it doesn't change the fact that you were looking down on your sister. You treated her like that because it made you feel better, right? It takes a lot of truths to gain trust, but just one lie to lose it all. You lost my trust by what you did. I was also the one who instructed Miho to record you. This is the first piece of evidence against you. But from the first day I began recording, I obtained numerous recordings of verbal abuse and violent sounds from your parents. Don't think you can get away scot-free after hurting people like that. Thereafter, using Miho-san's recordings and videos, and with the assistance of grown-ups, we were able to separate Miho-san from the Ikaruga family. It was discovered that her real parents died in an accident, and she was taken in by her mother's younger sister. She seems to have been treated badly from an early age. Being able to prove that would make parents guilty of abuse and other crimes. But we'll leave that to the experts. For the time being, Miho-san came to live in my house, partly because of her wishes. From now on, it will be important to heal her emotional wounds. You can stay in this room starting today. I'm sure it'll take some getting accustomed to, but if anything happens, just let me know, right?
Yes, thank you. You've helped me out twice. How could I ever repay you?
Don't worry about it. It's my role as the student council president to help the students.
Even so, I was very happy. You said you didn't care about appearances, right?
Yeah.
Would you mind if my face is so ugly that it's unbearable to look at?
No, because I don't judge people by their appearance. I see their personality. And I think you have a very nice personality. I would never avoid you because of your looks.
Then, allow me to take off my mask.
You don't have to force yourself to do that, you know? Take your time to...
No! If I wait too long, I might lose my resolve, so...
Resolve? For what?
That is... Anyways, I'm going to take it off.
It must have been hard for her to say. She began taking off the mask. Then...
How do I look?
The face that appeared from beneath the mask was so beautiful that I couldn't believe it was from this world. Cute.
I'm cute?
No, it just slipped out of me, is what I thought. But I also thought this was a great opportunity. I don't know what her family was thinking, but maybe I can get her to stop wearing the mask. Yeah, you're very cute. You're 1 in a million for sure.
Please don't push yourself like that. That can't possibly be true, since I'm very ugly.
No, you're really cute. Have more confidence in yourself.
But...
After that, despite her denials, I managed to persuade Miho that she was a lovely woman. Then,
would you go out with me?
what? How did it come to that?
I like you. So, if you truly think I am cute, I would like you to go out with me.
But if I agree, won't that imply that I'm willing to go out with her because she has a cute face? No. But if I refuse now, she'll probably lose her self-confidence again, and my feelings will be misunderstood. If that's the case, then... Sure. Then let's go out.
Really?
Yeah. I was originally attracted to your personality. So let's start dating, Miho.
In other words, you don't think my face is cute?
No! It's cute! Really cute! I'm not denying that! Miho-san seemed to have misunderstood again, but I somehow managed to get her to understand. And as I started dating Miho...
I did my best to go to school today, so please, pat my head as a reward.
Yes, there. I spent my days pampering my cute girlfriend like this. Honestly, spoiled Miho is so cute, it's dangerous. Also, Miho's family issues have not been completely resolved. We have succeeded in separating them, but there are still many obstacles that we must overcome. However, for the sake of her happiness, I'm determined to destroy any obstacles that come our way. Because that's how much I love her. By the way, everyone at school discovered what Reiko was doing to her younger sister, and she was forced to transfer to another school. Talk about karma.